Welcome to another Sunny review, and before we get started, if you end up liking this video, please consider following me on Twitch where I stream every Saturday. I do a lot of Nintendo Switch giveaways on my streams. Follow me on Twitter, sub the channel as well, but only if you guys like the content. The links will be down below. Streets of Rogue, published by Tiny Build Games and developed by Matt Dabrowski, can be summed up in one simple word: mayhem. The game is a top-down twin-stick shooter with 5 different floors in total, each floor having 3 sub-levels in them. The floors themselves have an overall theme, but it is all ultimately procedurally generated. Streets of Rogue is a roguelite, so when you die you will have to start from scratch, but there is some carry-over with a currency called chicken nuggets, and you get these by finding extra missions through the levels or just completing a sub-level. There is no real story in this game. Your goal is to complete the levels and become Mayor, aka the boss. But one super cool aspect of the game is all the different characters you get to play and unlock. You have characters ranging from a soldier, doctor, gorilla, a complete bum, a cannibal, or a vampire, and that's not all of them, as you can unlock a bunch more by completing their respective objectives. Each one of these characters having their own loadouts, from guns to booze to drugs, to some of them having their own special ability, like the doctor being able to chloroform people, or the comedian telling a joke to get people to like him and possibly gain a follower. But my favorite thing to do was create my very own character, Little Sonny, who would just chloroform people and just cause pure madness with his machine gun loadout. You can play with traits and loadouts, and the game gives you a certain amount of points to invest in your character, but the beauty of this game is you could load up your character with everything and go over the points, and the game was absolutely okay with it. You just wouldn't be able to unlock achievements or gain any chicken nuggets, but the game essentially lets you do whatever you want and how you want. Which brings me to another awesome thing in Streets of Rogues, and that is the ability to set up mutators. If you want to cheat a little bit, you can. I went with an unlimited ammo playthrough that I ended up beating. You can also set up the ability to give yourself 3 lives if you die, or you can change how the entire game is played, and you can set up things like no guns, no patrolling cops, random districts for every level, or you can have zombies in every single floor and level that'll just attack you. The game just lets you play how you want, set up everything how you want, and it's just absolutely beautiful. As for the crazy gameplay in Streets of Rogue, this is where the game completely shines. Essentially, your goal in every level will be to complete the missions the game gives you. You can tackle these missions in numerous ways, and a lot of that can be depending on the character you use. So if you're using the doctor, you might want to do it completely stealth, since he's a pacifist, hitting guys with your tranq gun and knocking people out with chloroform. But if you want to go in guns blazing, you can do that. If you want to be sneaky, that's an option. Or if you want to stick something up a vent to lure out your target, that is possible as well. It's pretty much limitless in how you want to tackle any mission and the options that you have. The beauty is no layout will really be the same. In all the hours that I played, there might have been a common theme, but the layouts of the levels were always different, and there's always different ways to tackle them. Another neat aspect is the wide-ranging set of items to collect. Guns of all kinds, flamethrowers, bats, hammers, hacking devices, lock-picking tools, radios to distract the enemy. There is a ton of items you'll come across at completely random. But once you finish these missions, you'll want to hustle in this game because it is hard and it's pretty crazy the higher the floors you go up. There's some random elements that start appearing at higher levels that can range from the levels being filled with ooze. There's random bombs dropping from the sky. You could essentially be killed by anyone or any rival gangs or pretty much anything in the game. So you want to hustle as much as you can by selling items, buying health items, finding good melee weapons, guns, and health items in general just to survive. Every playthrough you go through will be 100% unique, and that is the beauty of this game. If you end up getting bored with this, you can always play 4-player co-op, and that gets pretty insane as well. I was only able to play with my little brother, but you can tell how chaotic and fun this gets, especially if you have a 4-player team. But my overall impressions of this game is just pure fun. I love these types of games because they are the type that you can pick up and play for a little bit. You know you're getting a fresh experience every single time you pick up and play the game. You can set up levels how you want. You can create a completely unique character of your own. You have the option to play with buddies. Oh, there's also an online component as well, and you can play with people online, so that is completely awesome. Unfortunately, unable to test that as the game is not released yet, but that is a cool aspect that's added in this as well. I honestly didn't see much I didn't like with Streets of Rogue. You're not getting the best looking game you'll own on the Switch. I did notice a few lag hiccups at times when the mayhem really got out of control. If you do play this game with cheats, keep in mind that it won't take you too long to finish out all the levels, but also know that every time you do a new playthrough, you are getting a procedurally generated layout. So for me, Streets of Rogue is getting an 8 out of 10. For me, this is a must pick up if you're looking for some couch co-op craziness. If you're playing this on your own and you're not playing with any buddies and you're okay with the roguelite element, and that is completely okay with you, then I think this is a must pick up as well for single player. You are getting a ton of content here, achievements, unlockables, and just a lot of gameplay. But alright guys and gals, that will be it for me here on this review. If you've enjoyed this review, please consider smashing that like button as it helps others find the review a little easier. Sub to the channel if you're new, and consider checking out my Patreon, as even a $1 donation goes a long way in supporting the channel. But with all that said, I hope every single one of you has a sunny day.